For 2012, it's the Magnificent Seven, the Red Arrows! The team is led by Red 1 squadron leader Jim Turner. He's just called them into 7-arrow formation. The jets are now closing up to be about 8 feet apart as they form one big red arrow a mile above us in the sky. Jim Turner is a former Jaguar qualified weapons instructor and Jaguar display pilot. While it's his first year leading the team, he was a Red Arrow from 2005 to 2007 and was part of the Synchro pair. That's Red 1 calling the team into shuttle formation. Those 4 aircraft on the wings now drop back to be a beam Red 6's jet directly behind the leader. While they're in this position further back, they still fly references from the lead jet and just trust that the aircraft only 8 feet away is in the correct place. From the right, this is the shuttle roll. Roll. Far left of the formation as we look tail on is Red 5, squadron leader Martin Higgins. Higgy is a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 pilot. This year he's the team's executive officer, having rejoined, and was a Red Arrow from 2005 to 2007. With the smoke on now, you can see the wings are straightening to form a formation we call Flanker. Reds 4 and 5 just turn their smoke off, and on the outside of the formation, to keep the wings straight, they need to anticipate their control inputs, which is why Red 1 has a certain cadence in his voice commands. This is Flanker. As the smoke comes on, Red 1 has called the team into Phoenix formation for an emotional part of this year's routine. When they present Phoenix, Reds 4 and 5 on the outside of the formation will smoke red to remember our lost friends and colleagues, Flight Lieutenant John Egging and Flight Lieutenant Sean Cunningham, who were both tragically killed in separate accidents last year. We miss them very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our memorial bend for Eggman and Sean. Well, continuing with the theme of remembrance, this year, in fact the end of last month, saw the long-awaited unveiling of the memorial to the Royal Air Force and Commonwealth aircrew from Bomber Command who lost their lives during World War II. The memorial in Green Park in London honours the 55,573 young men who, all as volunteers at an average age of only 22, lost their lives for our freedom. Now to the right-hand side, with some red, white and blue in Vixen formation, this is our own tribute to the personnel of Bomber Command. On the bottom of the formation there with white smoke is one of our first year pilots. That's Red 4, Flight Lieutenant James McMillan. McZee was born in the UK but moved to New Zealand at the age of 10 and eventually joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force. He transferred to the Royal Air Force in 2002 and became a Hawk flying instructor and Harrier GR9 pilot. With the smoke on now, the team are forming our largest formation shape. Those 4 aircraft on the wings are now dropping back to be a beam Red 7's jet at the very back of the formation. Just remember, they're still flying references on Red 1's jet right at the front. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Concord.
Oh, Concord! Concord! Concord!
The second jet from the right as we look tail on is flown by another of our first year pilots. That's Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert. Perty is another former Hawk flying instructor and was the solo Hawk display pilot in 2006. More recently, he's been flying the Harrier GR9 and has operational experience over Afghanistan. Out to the front now, you see the smoke's back on as the team reform that shuttle formation we saw in the first roll at the start of the show. As they roll out to our left 45 degrees, get your cameras ready for a good photo opportunity.
4 and 5, roll.
Reds 4 and 5 roll back to Eagle and the jets pull up at 400 miles an hour at 4 times the force of gravity. I mentioned before about this year being a very big occasion for the United Kingdom. It's the start of Olympic week. We're very much looking forward to it. I said before we like to represent the very best of British. Now at 6,000 feet, slowing to 120 miles an hour. Could I please have a big round of applause with some patriotic red, white and blue for Her Majesty the Queen and Great Britain. On the left of the leader with the white smoke there is the last of our first year pilots, Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Mike Child. Chaiki is another former Hawk flying instructor and was the solo Hawk display pilot in 2007. More recently he's been flying the Typhoon, which is what you just saw display before us, and that's the Royal Air Force's newest fighter. His duties there were on quick reaction alert, protecting the airspace of both the UK and the Falkland Islands. Out to our right, you can see the team have now formed a diamond. With 7 aircraft, we call this Short Diamond, and this is the Short Diamond Roll.
Easy. And roll.
The aircraft there, 2,500 feet above us at 400 miles an hour and flying only 6 to 8 feet apart. Well, that's the end of the first half of our display, ladies and gentlemen, where you've seen close formation flown in a rather dynamic fashion. We're now going to change the tempo as we show you how the Hawk aircraft can perform. The Red Arrows fly the BAE Systems Hawk T1, which was designed as an advanced jet and weapons trainer and has been in service with the Royal Air Force since 1976. It's very agile and precise, and we're about to show you why all of our pilots, including myself, love to fly it. Out to the front you can see the front 5 aircraft, that's Reds 1 to 5, known as Enid after Enid Blyton's famous 5. They've straightened and the Synchro pair have tucked in behind. So get your cameras ready as we start the second half of our display and the smoke comes on for the detonator.
First choice number.
But the Synchro pair remain with us now. Red 6 is on our left and Red 7 on our right as they perform synchronised derry turns to position back towards us. On our left is Red 6, that's Synchro leader, Flight Lieutenant Ben Plank, who's in his 3rd year with the team. Planky is another former Hawk flying instructor and Harrier GR9 pilot who flew operationally in Afghanistan before joining the team in 2010. Synchro now that fly down the hill. They'll be closing at over 800 miles an hour, just 100 feet above the sea, as they fly the Synchro Pass.
Official,
Oh my god.
They're now turning away from us at 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity, and everything in their bodies weighs 6 times more than normal. So it's physically hard work to counter those G-forces. As they roll back out towards us, this is the Cyclone. As Synchro slingshot out to the front, look to your left, ladies and gentlemen, for Enid as they approach for their first second half manoeuvre. The inside pilots perform tight matched barrel rolls to the outside of the formation in the rollbacks. That's Red 5 telling Red 1 that the rollbacks are complete. He certainly sounded like he's having a lot of fun up there on this Saturday evening. So as Enid finish their rollbacks and position to our right, we need to look directly to the front for the headlights of the Synchro pair.
And coming up.
They pull up in line astern at 6G.
Look at the blue time.
Roll for motor gate.
Love heart.
Who guesses what this is, ladies and gentlemen? This is Synchro's heart. Just before we came on, I was asked to have a photograph with a couple who have just got married this afternoon. Unfortunately, I didn't get their names, but we'd like to dedicate the heart to them this afternoon, and congratulations on your wedding. Out to the right is Red 7, that's Synchro 2, Flight Lieutenant Chris Lyndon Smith. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot with lots of operational experience over Iraq, and is another former Hawk flying instructor. Back down the hill now, each Synchro pilot is flying at over 400 miles an hour in the double rolls. As Synchro finished their very impressive double rolls, look to your right 45 degrees as Enid put their smoke on. They pull up at 4G in a formation called Big 5. They're now twisting this loop through 90 degrees in a manoeuvre called a quarter clover. Get your cameras ready, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2, 3,
This is the vertical brake.
looks like a big sharp
As Enid finished that, look left and right again for the Synchro pair. This time Red 6 is on our right and Red 7 on our left. Closing at over 800 miles an hour, they'll cross 3 times in a 360 degree 6G turn in the carousel.
again, look at.
Isn't it magic there? Turn purple. I love the red arrows now, Dad.
As Synchro once again slingshot out to the front. Look.
Look at that. Oh, wait, is it?
In battle formation again with some red, white and blue. This is the Python.
Hold it up. Now, easy.
You can see the smoke has changed white, and we've reduced that smoke by injecting regular diesel fuel into the aircraft's 400-degree engine exhaust, which causes it to vaporise. The red and blue colours are made by simply adding a dye to that diesel, and we can carry 5 minutes of white and a minute each of red and blue in a specially modified container on each aircraft. Says, Ian, you complete the Python, look directly to your front for the Synchro pair. Red 7 smoke turns blue, and he flies around red 6 in the vortex.
Wow.
While there's only 7 jets displaying here, there is another pilot on the team who is Red 8, Flight Lieutenant Dave Davies. So Dave is in his 4th year with the team, and although he doesn't have a display role, he does have crucial flying and planning roles. And it's he and I who make up the 9-ship formations for all of our official flying paths this summer. Synchro now descend back to 100 feet above the sea for their final manoeuvre of the display. This is the opposition barrel roll. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Synchro pair. And now look directly to your front for the final manoeuvre of the display. Red 1 smoke turns red, and he pitches up to draw the symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation. This is the infinity break. We are the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows. Our display is not just about the Red Arrows, it represents the speed, agility and precision of the entire Royal Air Force, and I hope we've demonstrated that this afternoon. It's an honour to represent our service and our country, and it's been a true delight to entertain all of you here at Sunderland this afternoon. If you'd like to find out more about the team, please type Red Arrows into any search engine where you'll find our homepage with lots of extra information.